Good morning, good afternoon, spoiled agents. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Welcome, welcome.
Yeah, I want to know where you're coming from. I'm in Oakland, California.
And I am in the western side of the hemisphere, but where am I? I'm in Canada. Unfortunately, I wish I was in a beautiful destination. I wouldn't even know where to pick, but somewhere that Exotica goes. So let us know where you're tuning in from. I'm going to be taking us live to Facebook as we chat for a moment. And welcome, welcome. I see lots of different cities coming through. Georgia, Las Vegas, Northern Cali, hello, Ohio, Florida, Texas, Toronto, Martinsville, Indiana. I love it. I love it. And we're
This is
live
why I
as
love
well.
spoiled agents. People come from everywhere. It's just great.
Myrtle Beach, Florida, wonderful.
Wow.
Seattle. And you know what the great thing is? I feel like no matter what city you're tuning in from, Exotica can absolutely make your clients' dreams come true with airfare from there, right, Dave?
At affordable prices.
Yes. Okay. I love it. So I'm so happy to be here again with my friend Dave. Dave Hoshin is the director of sales West and Rocky Mountain region, and basically all the things. Dave, I can't read the whole thing because it's long. South Central, right?
Yeah, it's long, isn't it?
I know I just needed to make us bigger. Now I can see the whole thing. Director of Sales West, Rocky Mountains, and South Central. Apologies. And he's with Exotica. Welcome, welcome, Dave. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm
Um,
so excited. I get to do these every once in a while. I just love being here. Oh, by the way, um, I'm not as busy these days, and I forgot to tell you. My bad, right? So we have
yeah.
Tracy now in Texas, and I'll show the slide for everyone.
Okay.
And then we have Ginny that came on board, and she's in Denver. So I get to work less, and I'm so happy because, 24 hours wasn't long enough in a day for me.
I hear you. And yes, that's wonderful. So you have, you know what? And we have that whole list. Guess where? Right on the page of Spoiled Agent of Exotica. So
Yeah.
without further ado, I'm just going to share a few quick housekeeping notes. Thank you everyone for tuning in. Hello to our audience out there on Facebook and YouTube and anywhere you're tuning in from. Again, it's Sabrina with Spoiled Agent, and we are presenting Exotica today. We're going to have a fun and dynamic presentation with Dave, as always. But just a few housekeeping notes. We do have the chat box for any comments you'd like to share. And questions, please put those in the Q&A box so that Dave can do a precise follow-up with you. And of course, we'll read those out at the end of the presentation. Speaking of the end of the presentation, as long as you're tuning in with us live until the end of the presentation, your name is going to go into the hat for one of two lucky prizes. Do you want to say those, Dave, or would you like me to share?
Yeah, I figured I'd give away two prizes this time as opposed to one. So it's just easy to give Amazon cards because I can email it to you. And we're gonna give away two $50 Amazon cards to two lucky winners, and we'll figure it out. Sabrina will
Yeah.
guide me as to how that works.
Yes, absolutely. That's randomly selected. As long as you're here until the end of the presentation when the Q&A starts, we appreciate your time. And that's just a little thank you from Exotica. Thank you so much. That's very generous. Two prizes, so two lucky winners. The chances are high. Plus, you're going to see with their agent program, everyone's a winner because you can make a lot of money and bonus commissions and so many great things with Exotica. So without further ado, I will let you get started, Dave.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. It's me, Dave, and I want to start you off with this video.
We see them every day. They are on our wallpapers. Idyllic and predetermined landscapes. Places so incredible that they even seem unreal. The more we look at them, the more unattainable they seem to become. Maybe that's why we cover them up with folders documents, and trash cans, creating a barrier between our daily routine and the dream of leaving it behind. Until one day you discover that this unimaginable place, which has always been on the other side of the screen, is just a click away.
Yeah, it's just a click away, and that's what Exotica does. We set up these trips for you, so they're just a click away. By the way, does anyone know where that is? Yeah, okay, I figured it's Vietnam, but I'd love to know specifically. If you know where that is, send me an email. I would appreciate that so much. So we talked about changes in the Exotica team, and what we're looking at here are the new team members. It's color coded for you. The circle around the person matches the color on the map, and that's how you know who your salesperson is, regardless of where you live in the US. I hear there's some people from Canada. I can hook you up with that if you need to know that. Or you can get a hold of Mike Quinto, who is based in Toronto area somewhere. And he's our VP sales for North America. So take a picture of that if you need to, or contact me, I'll let you know. Let's just talk about what Exotica offers you from the get-go. Let's just get the good stuff out. If you recall from my last sessions, we pay full commission on all components of your trip. This is really important because you're a business person, you work off of commissions. We all like to get paid and get paid well, and we don't like when people take stuff out like taxes and surcharges, or they take out the air because it's published air, or they limit the commission, or these things happen with different companies, and I know that there are valid reasons for it. But here at Exotica, we pay full commission on all components of the trip. All components of the trip. If the trip is 5,000, you get commission on it. If the trip is 20,000, you get commission on it. There's no ands, ifs, or buts and fine print. It's just full commission. We pay instant commission. So if you're one of our national partners and you're with the agreement with us, that means that when you pay your 60% down, which is the first deposit, you get commissions on that 15 to 30 days later. Depends on when that payment was made. And then when the client travels, you get the remaining commission 15 to 30 days later after their travel. We launched a 48-hour price block, and we did that as a result of you. Because you said, we need time to talk to the client, we need time to figure it out, we need time to get their credit card for the payment. And what happened was sometimes the client are hesitating and the booking falls off. So we're listening to your feedback. We're trying to work on extending that time more than 48 hours so you can close that transaction more successfully with the client. Instant quotes, you know what that is. You go online, you have a look at the booking, you see the price is there, it's set. You can do the 48-hour hold, you can send it to the client, you can download the PDF. That's how instant quotes work. And then as an advisor, sometimes your clients have points or miles. They don't want the air, they just want the land only, and it's here for you. So on the other side of the screen, on that page, you'll see price and parity. And what does that mean? It's just a simple way of saying whatever your client sees online, and some people jump between advisors and direct to us, or direct from advisor to a cruise company, or advisor to Disney, or whatever happens in that situation, we are going to make sure that you have the same exact pricing that the customer could run into because they're trying to do their own thing. You know, some people like to book travel. They think they're travel agents because of the internet, and they do that stuff, and we know that they're doing it. We want you to know that we've got you back. We have got your back on this. This is so important. We've got you back with price and parity. And then the other thing that happens is they come and they talk to you, and 2 weeks later, they're picking your brain, and then they ghost you. They just sort of disappear after you send them quotes, after you texted them, after you emailed them, after you did all of this work. They just kind of went somewhere else. And what are we going to do about that, Dave? Like, seriously, Here's what we're going to do about it. If you have evidence that you are working with someone, if you sent them the PDF doc, if you sent them information, you need to have that. And if it's a week after you follow up and discover it, or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, or even 4 weeks later, you discover that they went off, silently snuck away and booked it on their own, we'll move that booking back to you. But you need to have documentation that you were working with them, right? So here's the other thing. It's just a procedure. It's very easy. If they want to come back to you for you to be their advisor, we just need a simple sentence in an email that says, "Hi, Dave, I was working with you. I went and booked it on my own with Exoticca. The booking number is 789101112. I want you to be my travel agent." And I'll move the booking back to you. So price and parity, we got you covered. Booking protection, we got you covered. You know how else we got you covered? Guaranteed departures down to 2 people. Because a lot of companies don't do this. They call you up and you go like, "Hey, sorry, the tour isn't selling out. Can you change dates? Can you do all of that stuff?" We got you covered with guaranteed departures. We've got you covered with 24/7 support worldwide when your customer is on a trip. He has a designated toll-free number. We've got you covered with that. And when you sell out of Canada and the US, they're on an English-speaking tour. And did you know, I don't know if you knew this or not, did you know that if you live in Canada or the US and you have business in both countries, Exoticca will turn on the booking tool so that you can book clients in both countries. If it's in the US, it's going to be priced in US dollars. If it's in Canada, priced in Canadian dollars. They pay for it how they pay for anything. The booking comes to you, commission gets paid as normal. Did you know we can do that? So if you're interested in that stuff, let me know, or let my teammates who covers your area, let them know that you need that booking tool. Okay, great. So what does Exoticca do? Private and small group tours. And we have small group, we mean your customers, your 2 customers is going to be on a bus with 20 people. So let's say you're on a bus with 24 people, which is really cool because when I do fam trips and things like that, I'm on a bus with 20 people. And it's a really nice number to be with on a bus doing a tour. You can do a private tour, so 4 people can go on their own trip with their own guide on their own bus. It's a really special experience. Or, I'm sorry, and all of that comes with international air from basic economy all the way up to first class and anything in between. Depends on what the client wants. Hotels are 3, 4, or 5 star. You can pick the one you want. It comes with all the daily activities, comes with all the cool stuff, and it comes with free time. So we can be like that guy on that boat in the middle of a beautiful place, having a great time, just like total zen, chilled. So this is Exoticca. This is what we do. So speaking of private tours, you all like to book groups, right? If you like to book groups, give me some indication of your interest in this. Send me some hearts or whatever on the screen. But when you're booking a group is 10 people in 5 rooms. It's a private tour. It's gonna cost a little bit more, but they're getting a lot more for their money because they're exclusively traveling on one of our itineraries. So if you have a 20 people, you get the tour conductor credit. And what happens is you send in the request today, and let's say by Friday you get an answer, and that's day 1. And that's the quote. And you have 7 days to say, "I like it." So you email back, you say, "I like it." And then you have day 1 to day 45 to go back and forth with your clients. And I know you guys are professional. You've been working this thing before you even came to us. So you have 45 days, you go back and forth, and then we need 250 per person non-refundable deposit. And that's great. So that's done. The group's locked in. And then 120 days prior to travel, we want one payment. Yeah. 120 days is what? 4 months? we need payment in full, and then everything goes into final confirmations and all this great, wonderful stuff, and your group is locked in, and all of that's happening. And somebody just thought, wow, did he say full payment, only one payment? But what about the people who want to pay on deposits? If you have your business set up where you can do that, you can set it up that way between you and the client. But if you're not in a situation where you can do that, let your group person, your group contact person know, and we will set something up through a firm so that they're working with a firm and we get our payments that way. And if that makes sense to you, let's do it, right? So if you've got 20 people on a group and everything's great, and you think you're going to be the tour conductor credit, and suddenly a couple of people drop out because they have to, something happened. Now you're at 16 people. You lose the tour conductor credit, but Exotica still wants to work with you and make you, we wanna figure it out. So we're gonna do 50% um, discount for the tour conductor credit, right? And if you're at 10 people and something happened again, stuff happens, and you're no longer qualifying for a group, what Exotica is going to do is we're going to put you in to our departures. So your 6 people or your 8 people are going to end up on a bus with some other people, and that's going to be shared. It's going to be a shared group, not a private group anymore. You'll see there are private groups. We handle things a little bit differently. I don't want to get too lost in these details because if you have specific questions, we can take it offline. But know that we've got your back, whether you're 20 people dropping down, whether you're 10 people didn't work out, we've got your back. Everything's going to work out if you want to continue working with us on the group. So next subject. Why it's easy to work with Exotica is because we make it here. Let's just look at this. We called it digitizing the supply chain. So everywhere you go in the world, there's like a lot of stuff that you're doing. International air is involved. Local air within a country is involved. You might be driving places. You might be on a train going places. On this trip, there's 2 international airs. Get into the country and coming home. But we also have 3 regional flights. And then you're staying in 4 different hotels. We also have 8 transfers in all of this. And we have 9 scheduled tours on a 15-day trip. And Exotica puts all of this stuff together for you. And when you open the itinerary, you can read day 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and so on. And that's going to be your customer's experience. That's why it's super important to read the itinerary, day 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what your customer is going to is doing, and that's where that's the whole point of the trip, is to go see all these things, but having free time to yourself. So that's what we mean when we synchronize it. We make it easy for you, so it's like a one-stop shop, right? And this exists in 78 countries around the world. And that's how we want to work with you to make your life easy so you can move on to other things. Prices are in real time. There's the booking calendar right there. You see if you change dates, you get a better price or not. All of that's right there for you to use because we know customers want to see different things and they travel differently. The other thing that we did is the prices that you see initially are your starting from prices. We have best price on the booking calendar. I highly recommend going to the recommended prices, the one in the middle, because that is likely to be regular economy tickets. And then if you want extra legroom and other categories of service, you can get that too. And remember, Exotica has what? 3, 4, or 5-star hotel options available for you. The next thing is moving into 2025. Everything's on the phone. We all have one. It's in your pocketbook. It's in your pocket. It's in your backpack. It's somewhere nearby where you can use it. And we have it on the app. I have 4 Exotica trips on my phone. And I went to Cairo, I went to Egypt, and I kind of forgot because that was 2+ years ago. And when I want to remember, I just pull it up. So it's my diary, right? And I just gave you a lot of information. We want you to do onboarding. There's a calendar. When you log into the booking portal, you can actually schedule your day and time to do training. And the trainings are half an hour with 15 minutes Q&A. Also in the booking portal are the resource library. So people go like, wow, I want to do Facebook. I want videos. I want this. I want that. How do I get it? Does Exotica have this stuff? Yeah, once you register, once you log in, you'll see it right there on the left. It says marketing resource, and then you can pick things. Here's what it looks like when you get in there, and you're going to end up in Dropbox. That's where we store all the stuff. You'll see flyers. You see a lot of these things that you can pull and download. You can use it. If you like printing things because that client likes seeing stuff on paper, you can do it. You can email it. There's ones with prices. There's ones without prices, as you see in the examples right here. There's this month, we have this promo going. You make an extra $200 commission. The package needs to be over $3,000. The packages, the $200 extra commission is for packages to South Africa and Zimbabwe, Ecuador in 12 days, and Mexico in 10 days. So there's a lot of stuff going on that you can drop into. I did mention videos, didn't I? Here's one of the things that you can get, and this is available to you if you want it. I've not been in a safari yet. I would love to go. Maybe next year I can get to go. What is Spoiled Agent doing on my website? I just put that up there as an example. Y'all are gonna love this. We roll this out. If you want it, let us know. We want you to have this thing. We want you to be an Exotica expert. We want to give you tools so you can sell us so it's easy, easy, easy for you. This tool is a link that we're gonna send you. And where it says Spoiled Agent, that's where your logo is gonna go. Your agency logo is gonna go right there. And then you see to the right side is your contact information, and it's right there for the clients. And if you want to add extra stuff like a box or a link or a button to email me, you can add that in there. If you want to set up the website, the booking tool, I mean, so it appears on your website. So it starts with family travel. That's your choice. You can set it up there. If you wanted to set it up so it features Mexico or Peru or Asia or something like that, you can set it up. That's between you and your web developer, your webmaster, or however you get it done. You set that up there. This EPL is fantastic. Here's how it works. We give you the code. You set up your website. You put it in there. The client comes to your website. They click on it. It goes to Exotica. They look around, and they can make a booking. And if they make a booking, you get paid your commission as regular. Oh, you always get paid your commission. So they look around, and it's like a $6,000 trip or something. And they're like, geez, we need to think about this. So they close the computer, turn it off. And 5 days later, I was on there and I go, hey, do you remember that company we were looking at for that vacation that we wanted to go to Thailand? What was your name? Oh, Exotica. So I open up the computer and I type exotica.com in the browser. And lo and behold, it goes right back to your website. And we set that up so it runs between 3 months to 6 months, depending on how they're using the browser and which one they have. We set it up so it stays in the cookies. Don't tell anyone. It's in their cookies. And every time they type Exotica, turn it off again, go back again, it goes right back to you so that you can get some business out of it. So if you want the EPL, you let me know. It's co-branded. We'll put your logo in there. We need high resolution stuff. It's also called Vector, I guess. So we need all of that. And once we set up your profile with that, the other thing it does, it sets up your profile so when you download the PDF, like you're giving a customer a quote, your information shows up there too. So we want you to have the best opportunity to book and close business. Here are bestsellers. Portugal is our number one, Peru is number two, Ecuador is number three, Egypt's number four, South Africa is number five. These are our bestsellers in Asia. By the way, Japan is super good for us right now. It still is. Last year, this year, it's a self-guided trip. Speaking of self-guided, there's three touring styles that we have. One is self-guided, which is kind of like an FIT, right? Very independent-minded people. They can figure stuff out. They just want to travel in a certain way. They want to have a lot of leisure time. And that's really what they want out of a vacation. And then there is guided. And a lot of people want the guided trip. So guided means that we pick you up at the hotel. You go out on tour. You have a busy day one day. You have an easy day the next day. Dinner's on your own. You're on a bus with 20 people. You meet a few of them. You like them. You go. You do things together, or you just want to do stuff on your own. And then there's escorted. And escorted would happen like here in Egypt, in Morocco. You have one central person that's with you the whole time on the trip. And that's escorted. And all of this is listed for you on the website. When you read through the itineraries, you'll see exactly what that is. Kind of still new, a few months old. Is this stuff in the US? So if you have people that want to go to throughout the US, Baton Rouge and down south, Nashville, and so on, New Orleans. That's great. We have Zion National Park and Bryce Canyon and those. And if you want to go up east to the Finger Lakes, Gettysburg, New York, Niagara Falls, Philadelphia, DC, and so forth, we have that product for you. This product came out last year. The last one that was released of this batch was Oceania, which is Australia and New Zealand. Did you know we had this? That's a reel that you can get if you want it. It's there in the library. Go get it, use it, build your business, build your brand. Shorter transfer times for the family program. Easier itineraries because kids need space. They need to be kids. Our tour companies, the people in destination know that it's a family trip. They're all trained. And we have some suggested hotels for you that we have programmed to suit the family style of travel. But we do have a bunch of other trips that are not necessarily labeled as family travel, but you can look into those if you're interested in that. And then you like Exotica, you're booking with Exotica, and what happens? So you book a group, 10 people, and then you make a couple bookings, and you move from 0 to silver. And Exotica says, wow, thanks. This is great. We love the partnership. Here's $500. It's a one-time payout on commission. It's called a milestone commission. And you go like, really? And then every time you make a booking after that, we give you an extra $50 on a top up. So if you were at silver, you would make $50 top up. And if you book Mexico or South Africa, or those three things we had talked about earlier, you would make your regular commission plus an extra 50 plus the 200. How cool is that? And if you get to gold, because you're really focused on Exotica now, you get a one time top up milestone, sorry, and now your regular commission plus an extra $100. And if you book the product that we're selling a special offer around this month, you get an extra $100 on top of it. If I worked off commissions, I would love companies to work like this with me. And we do. It's at Exotica. It's a loyalty program. So keep that in mind as you build your business and you decide who you want to work with. So I wanted to talk about, because the theme of our display is about all the cool things at Exotica. And I'm going to try this, see if it works. And if it's not working, Sabrina, let me know.
Sounds good. I'm right here.
Are you seeing the website? Or do I have to share screen again?
I am seeing the website. It says Summer Black Friday, and there's the giraffe waiting for us to go on the safari and meet us.
Oh, yeah, okay. So this is the website, and a lot of you have done this before. So what I'm going to do is just click destinations. It says Africa, Americas, Asia, Europe, Oceania. And I'm going to click Americas, and I'm going to pick our number 2 seller for a reason, because I want to show you something. And are you seeing Peru tours?
Not quite. It's
Oh,
thinking. I see Oakland too.
ah,
It looks like you're going to select a destination.
yeah,
There we go. It changed.
okay.
But that might be
So,
just the image. Okay, departure. Oh, now you stopped sharing. Now you're sharing again.
uh, this might not be the best idea. I thought it would just work seamlessly, but apparently it's streaming and it's taking a long time.
I hear you. And then sometimes it doesn't want to go.
Yeah.
I can try for you if you'd like.
Okay. Okay.
So let me pull up your website because guess what? I have it right here. I know that. So give me just a
I
second.
can I can put it up and stop and then start sharing again, but isn't that gonna stop the presentation, right?
No, it won't, but I can also try to share your website right
Mm.
here if that works for you,
Yeah, it's
and
fine.
then you can tell me what you're seeing. So let me share right now. Here we go. Everyone, give me a thumbs up if you see. There's a pop-up that says win a trip for two. Do
I see
you
the
also
website.
do you see
Yeah.
but you did not see the pop-up, right?
No.
Okay. Let's see. If you wanted me to go to destinations and I was picking which one,
Go to Americas,
okay.
go to
And then
Peru.
okay.
Yeah.
So you're seeing that? Are you
Yeah, it
seeing
just
Peru?
opened up.
Great.
Um,
So I can drive for you if you'd like.
oh, you're gonna drive? Okay.
Sure.
So scroll down. Let's just scroll down. We're at Peru. It says 60% off. If you scroll down to the
Yep.
first option,
Mm-hmm. From Sacred
um,
Valley to
yeah,
Lake
let's do that one
Titicaca.
because yeah, people love that trip.
I've been there.
Have you been there?
I've been
I've
to
not
Lake
been there.
Titicaca because I lived in Bolivia. Long story. Anyway, fun fact.
Oh
And when I
yeah.
was a kid, I used to love saying that name because I was young when I lived there.
I imagine every kid loves to say that name, and then they get themselves in trouble.
Yes.
So if you
Okay.
scroll down a little bit, ah, yeah, someone said they did a Peru trip. So if you stop right here, it shows you the trip highlights. It shows you you're going to those different cities. It says all your flights, accommodations, our transfers are included. If you go to the next column, you'll see it says private group available. So you can actually do a private tour. And it tells you that it's $460 more for a solo traveler, which is fantastic. It because you know immediately if that person is gonna go for this trip or not, right? And then on the next column over, it says charm superior and luxury available. So if you upsell the trip, It starts at charm, but you can do a superior for 450 per person and a luxury. And then you can do luxury private on top of it if you want it to be totally exclusive for the family. You see on the top right hand side under the crafter's name, on the right column, it says download.
Mm-hmm.
If you just wanted to download this, you could download that there. It would open up a calendar, you pick the dates,
Oh,
and
that's amazing.
you download it. And you pick your city.
Oh, I
So
love
it
that.
knows you're in Canada, so it's going to show up there. But if I did it, it would show up for the US.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is the price per person, Sonia. So you're beginning to build this trip. Look at all this information you have right there. You haven't even looked at day one, day two. So we're going to scroll down past the map, and then we're going to click see details right under the map. This is so important because this is what your customer is going to see. And we'll scroll down. Day one is always traveling, but you see a bed there. If you want to look at that, you can click on it. It opens up a picture. You'll see different options. You can scroll through. So you have some idea of what the charm accommodation is like. Remember, if you don't like it, you can upsell to the superior, you can upsell to the luxury. So you're going to scroll down a little bit more, and now you see this pictures of what you're going to experience when you're there. It says breakfast at the hotel. It gives you little information like that. It says read more. If you click read more, it expands and then it tells you optional visit. That means that it's not included because the museum is there. You can have an optional dinner. What that tells you as an advisor is that you can add those things in for the client because you can have an idea of what they want and you can add these things in. It changes the price, right? But if you scroll down a little bit more, you see what's included is a city tour, but you see that you can add the optional tour of a pack of 3 optional excursions for the client.
Oh, wow.
You'll see that optional visit to the museum, optional dinner right there.
It's
You
very
can do,
customizable.
yeah, yeah, you can do these things for the client. Depends on their taste, depends on what they want. Certain things, I would just add certain things like the dinners, because eventually they're gonna go and have one of those dinners. So you may as well add it for them, right? If they said, nah, I'm not interested, you can go back and take it out. So if you scroll down to day 3, it tells you more. You can click read more. You will see that. If you keep going down, you'll see where the date goes to Machu Picchu. The train is included, but the panoramic view, you can upgrade that. I would upgrade to the panoramic view because you just see more, you have a better experience on the train. It
Yeah.
tells you that it's 3 dots, which means the activity level of the trip.
Yeah, where
Um,
the other one said light, so that was light activity. That's
yeah, because you're
handy.
walking in a museum.
Yeah.
But this 3.1 is because you're at high altitude. And, it depends on the person if you're able to do all of that at
Hmm.
high altitude. Most of our trips, most people can do. Altitude hits some people here, and some people are fine with it. If you live at elevation, this is not a big deal for you.
Hmm.
So you would scroll through day 5 and so on and so forth, and just go past all of that. Just go, keep going. You get a feeling for what we're doing here. And then it says it starts at charm, and now it tells you what the superior room would cost and what the luxury would cost. And you can look at those pictures. You see TripAdvisor ratings. If you don't believe it, you can just open another browser, open another window, and type stuff in there and do research on your own. You can
Hmm.
Google Map things so you know where they are in the destination. And if you scroll down a little bit more, you're at the calendar. If it matters if they travel on a Sunday versus a Wednesday, those are options available for you. And if you just kept going for training purposes, just keep going past that. It gives you the included activities, so it reminds you of all this stuff again. So the booking engine, we actually have a training that's set up, and you can pick your day and time, and Josephina will do the training for you. The training is half an hour with 15 minutes question and answers. When you get done with the training, they'll send you a certificate of completion. And that certificate also means you get a one-time $200 bonus commission, and you have three
Wonderful.
months to use it.
Okay.
So
So
you
we
make
have to
your
just sign
regular,
up. How do we sign
yeah,
up to
sign
train
up,
with
do the
her?
training,
How do
regular
we do
commission,
that?
make a booking, you get your regular commission plus the extra $200.
Wow. And how do we sign up for that training?
Ah, that is a good question.
I might know
We
this
have a
answer.
link. We have a link. The links should be somewhere with you.
Mm-hmm.
If not, I will send it out.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
I'm
the
looking, I'm
onboarding
looking.
training. That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yes, if you could share it, that would be great.
Yeah. Um, yeah,
Okay.
so let's get out of that screen.
You want to go to another screen online?
Um, yeah, I want to go back to my presentation.
Okay, I'll let you do that.
Thank you. Question is, how do I do that?
Of course, you just go share screen again, find me on your toolbar,
Share.
and
Um,
then you'll find your presentation and then
right
sound if you've
there.
got another video. There we go.
And
I can see it. Great.
yeah, oh, I thought I had all the contact information there. Sorry. Um,
That's okay. We can send that in the
uh,
follow-up email to everyone. We can make
yeah,
it nice and easy for them. We like to
we'll do
spoil you
follow.
agents, as you know.
So I guess we have time for a couple questions if people have
Sure,
them.
we do. Wonderful. Do you wanna keep you can keep your screen up if you like, the way it is now, in case there's something
Yeah,
they'd like to
we'll
see.
just leave it there like that.
Yeah. And if anyone has to run, of course, you've qualified. That was a fantastic presentation. I love that we were able to see it. It's so easy.
Uh-huh.
Really, you make it so easy and really, I want to go on one of these trips right away. Okay. Thank you for that. And thanks for a great presentation. So, agents, if you have to run, please go ahead. But if you would like to listen to the questions, or if you have a question of your own, make sure you've added it to the Q&A section on the site here in Zoom, because the chat box gets buried really quickly. So I'll read them in order. First of all, when I was at the Exotica Fall Fling, we talked about affiliate links for agents. Is it a thing yet? Is that would really help? Because I think that's what you showed, right?
The fall fling what?
If you already have the affiliate links, I believe that's what you showed today.
Yeah, the EPL, the affiliate links. Yeah. If you
Wonderful.
already have it, um, if you have it, then we have to figure out a way to get people to your website so they can see it, so they can book.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
another person said, will the Exotica link be discussed? It was supposed to be functional via Exotic Advisor. So how do they request that?
You can send that information in to me and I'll add you to the list. And then we're rolling it out in phases. What happens is if do you ever hear on the news that some website crashed? It
Mm-hmm.
crashed because too many people are using it at the same time. And so what we're doing is we're rolling this thing out in phases. And I think we do a rollout every 2 weeks or something. We'll get you on a list, we'll roll it out. And then once you get it, you implement it. There'll be emails going back and forth. Your sales team, wherever you are in Canada or the US, will know. And we're going to encourage you to do the training because the training is like, here's how it works, here's what it's going to look like. We'll answer any questions that come up, and then you go from there. Once you're doing it that way, some people like to use it on their web page, on the website. Some people like to put the links in their social media because it'll work there too. And you'll get the bookings from there. So my responsibility, what I want to do to set you up for success is to see how you're using it and to see if how to get people to your social media, how to get more people to your Facebook, how to get more people to your Instagram, how to get more people to your website. Because once they get into your sphere of influence, then we'll get bookings.
Okay, perfect. And a few more questions on the same subject. Is the agent affiliate link the same if you had one years ago, or is this something brand new?
This is new.
Okay,
This is new.
perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll type in his email in just a moment and also share the link to Spoiled Agent where you can find who your BDM is and reach out directly to them, or would you like them to all reach out to you, or what's the best, or it doesn't matter?
They can go back to your homepage because I know the list is there.
That's
And if
right.
they go in
Okay.
there, they'll see who those people are and they can contact them directly by phone or email.
Okay. And then I think this is the same thing, but does Exotica offer branded white pages for our websites?
So a white label is
White
when you
label,
can't,
yeah.
yeah, is when you can't identify, except through fine print, who the provider is. For ours,
Mm-hmm.
it says Exotica, like we're looking at the website right now. It's gonna say Exotica all over it.
Mm-hmm.
And so the client will know that it's Exotica, but they found it through you. And
Okay.
remember earlier we're talking about um, pricing parity and protecting your bookings. We have those things in place because people will come to you and they'll use your time and energy and just like take all this information. And then they might go off and do it on their own. But if you're in touch with them, like I mentioned, 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks later, we'll bring that booking back to you, even if they, you know, just sort of ghosted you. And that's why we have those policies in place, is to support you and to support this, to make sure that it's successful. We don't want any leakage. We don't want you to have a basket full and then a couple drops here and there and it disappears. We want to bring that right back to you if people go off on their own.
That's lovely. Wow. Someone is asking, will they get a copy of these slides after the session? Is that something they can request?
Yeah, but generally not because this is for advisors only. So
Mm-hmm.
if you like things in this, let me know. I can do a little version of it
Okay.
for you, I'm not sure what you want out of it, but let's talk about it.
Sure.
Happy to
Okay.
help in any way I can.
Of course, of course. And let's see, we've got lots of other great questions. Can you put the information online for the BDMs or for the directors? You know that slide you had up?
Yeah.
Or I can put on spoiled agent, whatever works.
Are you seeing the website or are you
We're
seeing
seeing the website. And in the meantime, I'll keep chatting with the questions that we have. Someone says, can you link your email? Dave's email, please. Wait, Pamela. Hi, Pamela says, never mind, I have it. I would like a co-branded site. Okay, so all you need to do is email your director of sales. Someone is asking, can you link your email? I'm not sure if that's related to the website. If you could please expand on that question, can you link your email? Then we can help to get that question to Dave. So continuing, can we add the early hotel check-in after the booking? After making the booking prior to them leaving, let's say I booked today and the client's going in December. Can I book it today and in November can I say, oh, we need an early check-in?
Yeah, when once the hotel is confirmed, you can do that. Some hotels don't do early check-ins complimentary.
Mm-hmm.
They'll do an early check-in. Um, they'll do an oh, they'll do an early. Are you seeing the slide with the
No, not yet.
oh, I have to share again.
The slide went away. Tanaya says. Tania. Sorry if I'm saying your name horrible. It's a beautiful name. Okay. There we go. I see it. I see it. Don't move a muscle. Next
Okay.
up, so there everyone can see who their person is and jot down their info. Again, if you're
Yeah.
feeling like you'd rather just come on the website and check it out, or you don't remember that, remember they can come to the Exotica page on Spoiled Agent. I've just put it in the chat for everyone again.
Yeah.
Uh,
So
someone is, go ahead.
there's two new things that are rolling out right now as we speak. One
Okay,
is the ability to add pre or post stays. So you can go in early. Let's say you want to go in 2 days early, you can add that right in the booking up front. And if you want to stay a couple days late, you can do that as well. The caveat is that it has to be in the city where the tour starts using the hotels that we have,
of
or where
course.
it ends using the hotels that we have. If you're gonna get in early, like when I went to Egypt and India and stuff, you get in at like 1 o'clock in the morning. Um, in my case, I was luckily enough for them to accept me into the hotel, but sometimes you want to figure that out and do a half day thing up front for your client, or email the hotel and let them know they're coming in early and see what their policy is around there. Every hotel is different, and this is the challenge with being an advisor. We want it to be easy. We want it to be straightforward and standard, but it never is because every place is different. Every hotel is different. Some hotels will let you in, some hotels won't. I checked into a hotel in Marina Del Rey, and I am a top guy at Marriott, and they wouldn't give me a comp check-in. They wanted to charge me a half-day rate. So I just sat around in the lobby,
Yeah.
and then they called me and it's like, hey, the room's ready. We'll let you in now. So, even here in the US, it's like that. And when you travel, it's like that too.
Yeah, of course. Someone says, I understand your company uses local vendors. How do you maintain quality, cleanliness, and service?
That is a great question. We do that by being on top of them and having great relationships with them.
Of course. And I
Um,
imagine all the safety and standard certifications.
yeah. So something happens with Exotica that we don't realize, right? So we're talking to US and Canadians, Americans and Canadians right now on this webinar.
Hmm.
But Exotica also has people traveling out of the United Kingdoms. We have people traveling out of Australia. We have people traveling out of Mexico and Colombia. And they're going on all these trips that we have, about 340 different choices for itineraries, and they're dropping into our trips. So if you're an English speaking person, you're an English tour. But if you're Spanish speaking, you're with people on a Spanish tour. And you're in the same hotels that we use because we have certain amount of 3-star here in the city on that program, 4-star and 5-star, and everyone's in the same hotel. And Exotica is driving business. And that's why we have these great, great, great rates, because we have people in there every night, every week, weeks in a month, months in a year. And we're great partners with them. And we're great partners with the DMCs. And so we're in constant contact with the DMCs. We're telling them we've got 40 people coming. We need 2 buses. We've got 100 people coming. We need whatever. And that is happening behind the scenes all the time. And it works, right? You don't know this is happening, but it just works. And so to answer the question in that really long roundabout way is we're always in touch with the people on the ground, and that's how we ensure the quality and service is going to be there.
Of course. Okay. And this is a great one too. Can the itinerary be modified to the guest's physical ability?
No, so no customization of an itinerary. I had a question 2 weeks ago, and this person had physical challenges, and we were trying to figure out for the advisor if a certain tour would be good for them. So I read through the day-to-day stuff of the tour, and we explored that. And then there was one day when they were doing some stuff, and I had to go to the product department and go like, "Hey, give me some advice on this. This person has this challenge. Do you think that they can do it?" And they said, "Yeah, we get blah blah blah." But now then it becomes um, a question of communicating that to the client to see if they want to do it. So
Hmm.
like people who have a hard time walking, or like certain places in Europe is a common example because of cobblestone streets. They just can't navigate certain places. Like if you're physically challenged, you can't, it's really hard to go to Venice.
Hmm.
There's a lot of steps and up and down. It's hard to go the central part of Rome
Yeah,
because these places
absolutely.
are, they're just so old that they are what they are, you
They're
know.
not set
So
up. Yeah,
yeah, my suggestion is to read the itinerary, understand it, look at some of the geography, look at pictures, look at things that they're gonna have to deal with. Um, and then you have to find the right hotel for them. This
that's
is, you
right.
know,
Hmm.
you got to pick a newer modern hotel for people with challenges.
Yeah,
And
of
that
course.
costs more, right?
Hmm. Of
Yeah.
course. Okay. Do we get notified if a client books on our branded site?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. That's a good question because when you log into the portal, you log into the your page and our web inside the booking portal, and if you click bookings, you'll see the bookings that are done because of the EPL, and you'll see your bookings that you did because you picked up the phone and called us or whatever, or you'll see your bookings that you booked online, and it identifies that. And remember, the commission gets paid out as normal.
okay. And you get commission on anything, everything that's added to the booking?
My trip to Egypt was $4,300 last minute. Air France sent me a breakdown of about $1,200 in taxes, fees, and surcharges. I didn't know that airlines charge that much on a
I
ticket like that.
know. I also
It freaked
realized
me
that
out.
recently. Yeah.
And if that was an Exotica trip, you would get paid on that $1,200 in taxes, fees, and surcharges. Yeah,
Wow.
you get paid on the whole thing.
I love that. Okay. And when a client books the package, when is the deposit due and how much? When is the final payment due before the trip?
So you go in and you can do the quotes and you can do the 48-hour hold. And if nothing happens after 48 hours, it drops off, it disappears. You have to rebook it. So once you rebook it, you've got 48 hours, you get the credit card. Your first deposit is 60% of the trip. So if the trip is $1,000, you put down 600. And then 60 days before departure, 2 months before, you pay the rest. You pay the remaining 40%. And then it
Okay.
goes from there.
Okay.
Remember, payments are non-refundable. Okay, yeah, so we have a war going on right now. So in cases like that where Exotica cancels the trip, we will refund, full refund to the credit card or whatever. But we're gonna give you two options. Do you want all your money back? Do you want a refund in cash, as they say? Or do you want a credit? And we find that most people take the credit, and the credit
Hmm.
is held indefinitely. And because you booked it to Morocco, let's say, you don't have to go to Morocco. You could change your mind and go to Vietnam. You could go to Thailand. You could go to Kenya. You could go to wherever. Um,
Okay.
if the cost of the future trip is less, that's fine. You still hold a credit. But if the cost of the future trip is more, then you pay the difference.
That makes sense. And that was another question we had in the chat. So thank you. And if you don't book in the optional tours at time of booking, can you add them later?
Yeah, you can add optional tours, I think up to 30 days before. Um, how I suggest that you deal with that is you email advisor support. So you put the booking number, put it in the subject so they can see it, put it in the body of the email, and say, I want to add the panoramic uh train to Machu Picchu, and it's, I don't know what it is, $60, $70 more. I want to add that, and I want to add the dinner because the client now wants to do the flamingo dinner show in Spain, and email it to advisor, ADVISORSUPPORT, advisor support at exotica.com.
Okay, here we
And
go.
they'll tell you if they can add it or not.
Here's that email in the chat for everyone. And can you take tours out and change for another one? How customizable is the trip? Can you state the hotel that you want to stay at? I guess that would be through the options, as long as it's one of the luxury or the super private ones or any of the options that are there, you can do that. But you can't just say, "Oh, I want this other hotel that's not there," right?
So if you want to pick a hotel by name, you have to do that FIT, and that would be a different company. That's not us.
Okay.
And choose the 3, 4, 5 star hotel. You'll see the list of the 3 star hotels that we offer or the 4 or 5 that we offer. Um, when you make the final payment, it's not guaranteed at that moment. It's not confirmed what hotel you're going to be staying in. It's confirmed 30 days before travel what hotel you're going to be staying in. So while you might pick the Dave Hoshin Hotel, in Athens, the confirmation of that actual hotel happens much closer towards departure day.
Okay.
And if you don't get it, you're gonna get similar. So it's our tours are well priced. They're for an easygoing client. It's not for the client that wants to pick the hotel by name.
Okay.
Um,
Makes sense.
it's for someone who wants a good hotel. They want a certain quality. But they're not there for the hotel. They're there to go out. They're there to enjoy the culture, try some food, meet some people, have some conversations, see the galleries, look at art, listen to music,
Mm-hmm.
uh, spend free time on their own. They might love coffee. They spend around and going to every coffee shop in Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
It's for that kind of client. So it's not for
Sure.
the client who wants the sweet service and champagne in the room. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And
So
you can customize could you change the tours, or basically there's a whole bunch to pick from and you pick the ones that are there.
yeah, so if you want a very loose itinerary, I would look at the self-guided ones because they just have a lot less activity built into it. And the escorted tours have a lot of activities built into it. And
Okay.
the guided tours, and then it goes back to reading the itinerary, right? So, hey everyone, just open it up, read the itinerary. Seriously, it doesn't take that long. It's 5 minutes of research. Read it, understand it. When they say today explore the museum in so and so city in Reykjavik, blah 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 blah, that is actually a free day. But if they say, today the guide will get you at the hotel so we can go off to the Blue Lagoon, that means they're picking you up. So you have
Mm-hmm.
to read the itinerary to
Yeah,
understand what that is.
of course. And with as far as the website implementation, is that something Exotica helps with, or you send them sort of instructions and the link, and then they take it from there with their internal team, whoever helps them with the website, right?
Yeah, if you built your own website, you know how to do this. If you didn't
Mm-hmm.
build it and someone had built it for you, you want to take it back to that person.
That makes sense.
It's a link and you ever type a link into like a text and then you see a picture and all this other stuff shows up on your phone, right?
Yeah.
You no longer see the link, you see a news article and
Yeah,
you
that's
click it
right.
and you just read it, right? Or you see a video and you just click it and you see a video. That's what's happening behind the scenes. If
Okay.
you understand that, cool. If you don't, you can get someone to help you. I don't,
It's
it's
not
been a
rocket
while since
science.
I built a website. I don't know what it costs anymore, but I can't imagine it's expensive.
Yeah, whoever does your website things, whoever needs to update anything, it's that same person.
Yeah.
Okay, and children's age restriction, does that vary by tour or how does that
Some
work?
tours are not appropriate for
Mm-hmm.
kids. Some hotels, so you have to look at the hotel. Some hotels are not very good at having kids in a room. You might end up with 2 rooms. But if you choose from the family program, if you go to Trip Style, when you go to the website,
Mm-hmm.
on the left it says destination, next to it it says Trip Style. Click the drop down, pick the family program and have a look there. Start there.
Ah, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Now if a client gets hurt or sick on the trip, how does Exotica help our clients in foreign countries?
There is a 24/7 service that's to be used for travel during travel.
Okay.
You remember you have the DMC there If you're on an escorted tour, you're gonna have someone right there with you. If you're on a guided tour, they pick you up and they drop you off. You can contact them. A lot of those people will give you their phone number. They're on WhatsApp. You can help that way. If your client gets hurt with Exotica, you would deal with it the same way with us as you would deal with it with working through any other company. Um, you want to buy insurance, third-party insurance to cover the
Mhm.
client's needs. It's between you and them as to what they want and how much they want. So you want to do that. And the hotel is also a resource for you if things happen. I was in Valencia and the elevators were slow, and Dale was coming down the staircase with his wife, and she slipped and she sprained her ankle. And the hotel says, don't worry about it. We'll get someone. They picked her up, took her to the hospital, got x-rays, did all of that stuff. It worked out fine. They were doing it at the hotel anyway, and they had travel insurance. So the travel insurance took care of it. She put a boot on her foot, and she was off hobbling around for the rest of the tour. Left Valencia and went to Madrid. Had a good time, although with some discomfort, but ended the trip and came back home.
There you go. Okay.
Yeah.
And when we do the onboard training, is there a certificate or after all the self-guided trainings?
If you do the self-guided, which there's a video, you don't get the bonus commission. But if you
Okay.
do the live training, you get the certificate, and the certificate we give that to you so you have it. So when you need your bonus commission, you can get it.
Okay. And then have the confirmations for Fall Fling gone out to everyone?
The first one we sent out was actually a save the date. And oh man, some people registered like 15 times. And like, oh, geez. So we're sorting through all of that. What we're gonna do is send out another one to everyone that says, "Hey, it's at the it's at the Amazon restaurant. It starts at 6 o'clock and it
Are
ends at
you coming?
8:30.
Yeah.
And here are the details. If you have serious allergies, like restaurants don't serve stuff. Restaurants know how to serve stuff to people, so if you have peanut allergies, you're gonna, they just don't use it and certain other things. So if you have severe allergies, we would like to know that, but we're ordering from the catering department in a way so it doesn't impact your health, meaning that we're not going to order shellfish, we're not going to order peanuts, we're not going to order stuff like that. We're going to order, do you know why we always order chicken? Because people aren't allergic to chicken.
That's true. Except dogs. Dogs, that's
Except,
the most allergy thing, the most common food. So now I have to
yeah.
feed my dog duck, Miss Fancy Pants.
Oh, geez, look at
I
that.
know. Well, and I
So,
don't even eat that. So there you go. It's fun.
we're gonna like, all right. So when I ordered for mine, I'm like, can I get like a chicken dish? Can I get a fish dish? And can I get a vegan vegetarian dish? And so whichever one you want, it's like A, B, or C, pick one.
That's it.
And
There you go.
yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And easy. Everyone's happy. Okay,
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
book through Exotica and the client's staying in a branded hotel, like let's say the Marriott, can they claim the stay with their points for Marriott?
When you get to the hotel, you have to talk to them about that.
Okay.
Remember the rates we get from these places are like, wow, I can't believe it's only that. Um, so when you get to there, talk to the hotel and see what they do. And as a follow-up to that, you have to do the same thing with the airline, see if they'll give it to you when you check
Mm-hmm.
in.
Okay. Are there FAM opportunities with Exotica?
Yeah, we
Mm.
run like 3 FAMs every quarter. The FAMs are all sold out as far as I know, unless people cancel, which I wouldn't know until they do that. But contact your salesperson and tell them that you're interested in a FAM and
Okay.
what you want to do, and they'll start a little list. Put your name on there.
Okay. And someone asked, is the insurance canceled for any reason? I think that you booked that insurance and you picked the insurance your clients need, right?
Yeah,
As
so
the agent,
what
yeah.
we sell, and by the way, this week, because of the war, especially on that part of the world, we're offering it complimentary. It's the travel protection, right? So if you cancel, so how it works is that if you happen to have a client that's booking this week, put the travel protection in there. It's the flex. It's the one that costs about $100. Put it in there, get the booking number. When you get the booking number, email advisor support with the booking number and tell them that you bought it and they'll cancel off the cost of it. It becomes complimentary to the client. Uh,
Wonderful.
we rolled it out this week for that reason, and they're looking at it. We might roll it out for the rest of the month or July or whatever. It's not insurance, it's travel protection. It gives you the ability to get a credit from Exotica without penalty, but you have to use it per the terms and condition, right?
Okay.
If you want real insurance, you have to go buy real insurance.
Makes sense. And are your shows coming to Cincinnati by chance?
Unfortunately not.
No, I see them here. The dates, excuse me, the dates and everything is on these Bold Agent websites, so everyone can take a look.
Yeah,
They're August through October. Now, my
but
favorite, oh, go ahead.
get a hold of Scott Newcomb
Okay,
and tell him you're in Cincinnati and you would love to meet up with him. Scott is at 816-308-9405. Text him, call him, tell him you wanna talk to him.
perfect. Yeah, and his number's right there on the screen as well. And if you lose it, it's on Spoiled Agent. So, my favorite question, and I know you've all been on such a long time, thanks for your patience. Does Exotica have advisor rates, or can they book for themselves and pay everything except for the commission and go on the trip? Or what do you recommend to the agents? Because I know the answer, but I'll let you say it.
Yeah. We have advisor rate, and I just gave the wrong information on Scott. It's supposed to be Nancy because Cincinnati is in Ohio and Nancy covers that.
That's okay. It's right on the
Yeah.
screen. Don't
Um,
worry.
so the advisor rate is 16%, 16% discount. We do something a little bit different to other companies. We allow you to have two rooms on your personal trip. So it works really well for double occupancy. You and your family, two rooms, you pay for it, everyone gets the discount.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Let's partner up, or you and your spoiled agent friend.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
joking.
Yeah. Um, and if you move up the top of the partner reward level, I think the discount is tops out. It caps off at 25% discount or something like that,
Yes, I
or
have it right
20%.
here. You can
Yeah.
get 16% off. The second highest platinum is 20% off, and the top level diamond is 25% off. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, fantastic. And I know you have a bit of a throat thing happening. Thanks for working through that to share all this great information with us. I really,
Oh, I'm
really
so happy
appreciate
to be
it.
here. I love doing these webinars more than any other webinar that I do.
Oh, thank you. You're not just saying that.
I'm saying I really mean it. Yeah, it's
Oh,
fun.
that's great. Well, I love it. The agents all give their reaction. They give us their feedback. They're sharing their love. And so I think that's fantastic too. And we still have a bunch of agents here with us right now who've stayed on till the very end. Thank you all for that. And thanks for taking the time. And hopefully you found this is going to be a big help for your business. I know if I was an agent, I'd be putting everything up and going and focusing on this because you've got marketing tools, you've got really everything. So thank you all for coming, and I'll let you say any final words you'd like to share, Dave.
I want to know who the two winners are.
Oh, we know. Yes. Well, we're going to know. I want to know too, but we don't know because we haven't shut the session down. Then Zoom spits out the list and then they go in the wheel of
Hey,
names and then
hey, you know
it's
what? You
picked.
know what? This is so great. Here's what I'm gonna do.
What?
I'm gonna give out three $50 ones. This has been a fantastic webinar. I'm gonna
Oh,
do three $50 ones. So let me know who the three lucky people are.
okay, we'll do that. Kate says Dave is the best in person and this webinar. Oh my gosh, that's awesome, Rhonda says. And you've had great feedback. And I did have a chat a little while back that I wanted to share. She said, I had a group of people with varying activity levels. The ones who did not want to do the extra walking did not do that particular tour. They enjoyed a cafe in the area and met up with the group after. Their guide was amazing. He gave them suggestions for a cafe. So
Yeah.
that's fantastic. I'm excited for our next webinar and all the fun things we're going to be learning.
Yeah, I love that. The guide helped them out. That's wonderful.
Of course. Okay, well, thank you, everyone. Dave, go rest your voice so you can get ready for that safari that we're going on, okay?
Oh
I'm
yeah.
with you. That's the
Hey,
top of my list.
love you all. Thank you for having me here today.
Thank you. Much love to all of you. Have a wonderful day.
Okay.
Bye for now.